found like hundreds of pounds of pasta, like by some creeker.
Who found it?
I just saw it. I saw it yesterday.
The pasta?
Pasta, like in New Jersey. Like I'm not even kidding. Like in the woods. Like so either one of two things happened. Somebody just cooked way too much pasta, or Lizzo spontaneously combusted in the woods.
Okay, PK Subban.
How much pasta is it?
Like hundreds of pounds. Like this isn't
that's what happens.
This isn't like they were taking it to a homeless shelter, you know, in Italy.
Talk about a diet right now, Dave.
Huh?
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
I saw you eat a hot dog yesterday.
Yeah, you ate a hot dog.
Like what? No.
Yeah, that's it.
This guy right here and I have been walking past donut boxes
I did eat cookies
for 3 weeks.
But that was like
you're eating cookies and hot dogs and complaining about dieting. That's not even close. I ate one thing yesterday. I ate one, and 2% human DNA. I ate one thing yesterday. It was ground beef with peppers.
The Wagyu?
Like a bowl. No, from Good Ranchers, the actual ground beef, which is fantastic. The Wagyu's the burgers. But no, so we went to the mall yesterday. I ain't been to the mall in a while, man. I saw Claire's. It just started bringing back memories. Like Claire's was like, in high school, you go get.
What were you getting at Claire's? For your girl?
For your girl, yeah. This isn't a Dylan Mulvaney situation. Calm down, David. But no, so I walked in there, and we walked in through the food court. And it's like Chick-fil-A and Sbarro and like just all the smells. And I was so hungry. And I just tried to find like the most obese person in there and just look at him, because that'll like motivate me not to stop.
There you go.
Because I could have stopped at every place.
That's why we got to get the White Goodman shocker.
The shock thing?
Well, you got to use the pregnancy simulator.
Yeah.
Got some shackles in the back.
Yeah. I told you never interrupt me during my personal reflection.
But it happened in real life.
Yeah.
But I have.
It's a metaphor. It's me grabbing the bull by the horns. Alabama baseball coach Brad Bohannon has been fired for violating ethical standards. The Warriors even up the playoff series with the Lakers with a 27-point dub. And the Bucks fire their head coach Mike Budenholzer after 5 great seasons. I'm Jake Crain, and welcome to Crain & Company. Yesterday, Alabama fired their head baseball coach, Brad Bohannon, after he was found to allegedly be helping someone bet on one of his games. Now, if that's true, it is truly a betrayal to not only the game, but everyone who is involved in the baseball program. Now, this comes on the heels of the tragic murder that ended up having one of Crimson Tide's basketball players indicted for capital murder in the previous months. Star young Alabama football player Tony Mitchell was arrested for fleeing from the police and having illegal things in his car. Alabama deputy AD was just arrested in connection with domestic violence. So one must ask, what in the hell is going on in the Alabama athletic department right now? And will athletic director Greg Byrne face any consequences because of it? Now, when I posed that question yesterday on social media, I was shocked to see people saying, well, he doesn't have a crystal ball. He can't know what's going to happen. Well, if that's the case, then anybody who is in charge of the hiring or firing or anything should never be held responsible for anything good or bad. And we know that logic just doesn't exist. Now, others said, well, he got rid of the guys and these bad actors, and that's enough. But isn't that like starting a fire and then putting it out and wanting people to call you a hero? The truth is, these things are becoming a pattern at Alabama. And while bad things happen at schools all over the place, we see it every day, Alabama continues to be a consistent culprit. Now, do I think Greg Byrne is a bad guy? No, I do not. Do I think he is intentionally bringing in bad people? No, I do not. But at some point, when it comes to athletics, the buck stops with him. It doesn't matter who you are a fan of. Wrong is wrong. And while there are many great things about the University of Alabama and the city of Tuscaloosa, hell, I'm marrying a girl from there. This athletic department is in turmoil, and brushing it under the rug is not the answer. Greg Byrne either needs to step up or step out, because the responsibility of who gets brought into the athletic department is ultimately on him. And those are just the facts. I'm going to bring in my co-host, former Michigan quarterback, David Cohn. And it's Flamin' Dragon Friday, you guys, so you know who's sitting on my right.
Oh, my goodness.
This is Flaming Dragon!
And if you're on audio, he's got a dragon mask today that's definitely movie quality.
3.5.
3.5?
3.5.
3.5?
3.5.
It was 4.5. I was going to give you a little leeway. Then the Butcher Cup came in. They wanted 3.5.
Good.
Doable.
Good. I love it.
Doable for y'all. Y'all should definitely hit the under
See
today.
this right here? You see it right there?
Every day. It's not about you, Dave.
First rule of Flamin' Dragon.
It's not about you.
You don't? Yep, that's exactly right.
So I'm
It's
coming
me
after
and you
right
today,
here.
Dave.
Go.
It's
Let's
me
go.
and you.
So I have to get after right here
Brothers.
today. This one right here.
But don't point at me. Don't point at
I'm
me like
pointing at
don't point at me like I'm the guy they're going to kick the onside kick to in the water boy at the end, the Bourbon Bowl. Don't look at me like that.
Where is he?
No, don't worry. Now I'll step
Where
up. I'll
is he?
ninja focus the whole way through this thing. But this Alabama situation.
Yeah.
David, you have a connection just like I do to the University of Alabama. And people say, oh, well, you're from Auburn. This has nothing to do with Auburn. If you can just follow the bouncing balls. And look, fan is short for fanatical. We get blinded by our team from obvious things. There is an obvious problem in the Alabama athletic department right now.
Yep. Well, Greg Byrne has a lot to clean up with Alabama athletics right now, but who for the last 15 years has set the tone in Tuscaloosa?
It's Nick Saban.
It's been Nick Saban, right? He sets the tone. He can't do everything. Like you said in your open, Greg Byrne, it's his responsibility to handle the rest of the athletic department there. And I think he will. I want to focus on just the betting side of what you were talking about because we had some information here. Obviously, these are allegations, but the alleged suspicious activity took place last Friday. We were talking about Alabama playing LSU when the Ohio Sportsbook shut down bets. And this was at the Sportsbook in the Great American Ballpark, according to the Ohio Casino Control Commission. Sportsbook surveillance video indicated that the person who placed the bets was communicating with Bohannon at the time. So, I know these are allegations right now, but if we start to get to the reason I want to point that out is because this is going to be a bigger problem as you see sports gambling and wagering sort of become more prominent around the country. If the integrity of the games, whether it be at the collegiate level or the professional level, if the integrity is compromised, we're going to start to see programs, be canceled.
Well, you got to drop the hammer. Like they're going to have to drop that. They're going to have to punish this if these things are true. This former Alabama baseball coach, they're going to have to set the tone for this.
You see what the players in the NFL are getting?
with
Calvin
Jameson
Ridley,
Williams.
they're missing a year
Yeah.
when guys with domestic violence are missing a couple of games.
That's exactly right.
That's setting the tone that the integrity of sports is not going to be compromised by wagering.
Well, and two, I don't think it was like you had some big wave of multiple people betting on the Alabama baseball game. I think it was like a big amount. Like
it was two bets by one person.
Yep.
Actually, FanDuel came out and said they didn't have a single wager placed on that game. So that's what stood out. See, if this is happening with bigger games, like the NBA playoffs right now, it could go a little more unnoticed.
Oh, you wouldn't see it.
But because there was so little activity on a regular season college baseball game, these two bets stood out. And we're going to get the facts. It's an ongoing story. But this could be very, very bad for Alabama baseball.
It could be very, very bad. And they're going to have to set the tone. And Flaming, your thoughts on the whole situation over there.
Man, I wish I'd have known. I would have texted the guy. I wish I had some insider information here. I definitely would have thrown some.
They'd have never found me. I wouldn't have walked up and placed a bet while I'm on the phone.
No, I'm just trying to win the month.
I mean, how? Like, you don't have to be, Danny Ocean to put this plan together. Like, you get six guys. I'm not even going to go into it. I'm not even. DraftKings,
like
we
you've
love
done
you.
this.
We
Did
love
y'all
you.
say surveillance camera? Or
Yeah.
Caught somebody like talking to him in person or communicating?
Let me
through
just read it
text?
again. Sportsbook surveillance video indicated that the person who placed the bets was communicating with Alabama baseball coach Brad Bohannon at the time. Multiple sources with direct information about the investigation told him.
Well, it had to be on the phone because Brad Bohannon was, I think they were at LSU. Like, he wasn't in Ohio.
How do they know though?
Well, you look at phone records.
So they're going like that quick?
I read
that
the
quick?
words.
They're going.
I read the
But
words.
It's sports
Sportsbook,
gambling.
IRS, the FBI.
Yeah, no,
are they all
it's
in it together.
For sure.
How deep does this rabbit hole
Oh,
go?
it goes super deep. I'm just waiting for Morpheus to show up and start.
Yeah, I thought Nick
giving me
Saban was
choices.
the AD of this. Is the the
He
AD,
should be.
the football coach, the baseball coach.
The
scaring NATOs every 3 days.
in my mind, I just felt like they got, like, right when this came out, like two guys in suits went and grabbed Bohannon and like brought him in the athletic department, and was like dragging him in this hallway, and like these two doors open, and like Saban's just sitting there at a desk, and he's like, "Bring me the boy." You know, it just. But again, man, all joking aside, like at some point, Greg Byrne it stops with him.
Sure.
It stops with him, and you know, social media, people are going to say crazy things, but regardless of who you root for, I mean, dang, guys.
Yeah, and I hate it for the kids, man.
I do
hate it
too.
for the players, because some of these guys, some of these seniors, this is the last time.
Hey, oh boy went out there and shoved.
He did.
Yesterday. I think Luke, I don't remember his last
For
name,
Alabama?
Luke went out there and shoved yesterday.
Okay.
And with everything going on as a player, it's amazing. Sometimes as a player, there can be a tornado during a game, and you're just locked in. On it doesn't mean nothing. A tidal wave could hit nothing outside of what you.
Well, it turns into Rain Man at the blackjack table or poker table or whatever. Like you're just seeing like equations, and it's like Tony Stark just moving things with your hands and up and down like.
For love of the game, clear the mechanism.
Why am I on an iPad and not moving stuff with my mind?
I don't know.
We're working on that.
I ordered an Iron Man mask. You can talk to it closes.
No way.
Don't you have enough masks over there?
No, I don't. It's like Zorro.
We all wear masks.
Yeah. He's going to come in here and rob us? Yeah.
Well, look, it's a crazy situation. It's a crazy situation. But if you want to bet legally and you're wondering which sports book I need to use, it's obvious. It's our friends over at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app right now and sign up with our code BOOSTER. That's BOOSTER, because new customers can make a $5 bet and score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's only at DraftKings Sportsbook with our code BOOSTER. Guys, we've got NBA same game parlays. They actually have the one where you'll get a bonus bet back up to $10 on that NBA same game parlay, plus NHL playoffs. I mean, we've got everything. We've got college baseball, like we just mentioned. You look at golf. You look at UFC. I mean, racing. We've got everything going on right now outside of
parlays.
Yup.
The only thing DraftKings can't give you is the insider trading on, starting pitchers in college baseball.
Yeah,
That's
they're
about
not
the
going
only
to.
thing.
It's going to be up
Other
to you.
than that,
Actually,
get those lines early. Place your bet.
Yeah.
Nerfy gang.
Nerfy gang.
I mean, little
gang.
two-team Nerf today.
Two-team
I'm walking
Nerf?
around with
The double Nerf?
I'm walking around with a Nerf ball in my hand.
Oh,
Two-team
gosh.
Nerf today?
You'll love to
Plus
see it.
213, Clayton on the mound. He's a W-ish on the mound. Come on now. Sling it, slider.
was
Guess
that?
what? You're not hitting it.
What accent was that?
Well, you brought up spaghetti.
I never know.
You did, yeah. I was wondering if you were going to give us that Italian accent. So download the app now and sign up with our code BOOSTER. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER in Massachusetts, 800-327-5050, or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700 on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and older in most eligible states, but ages vary by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Woo! How about that? Batteries sold separately.
See.
He's on fire. Let's get to the Booster Club.
Jeremy
Bear.
White, $5 donation. And don't bring race into this.
You don't.
Okay?
You don't.
Call me Dragon, not
Lil White?
Flaming either. I thought about it and I don't like it.
No, I'm calling you Flaming.
No, you call me Dragon.
Well, don't
What do you
take
think,
pictures
David?
with Dylan Mulvaney and
Does
say
it have a Y in his last name?
Oh, a why? Why are you asking?
Is it Lil White?
Lil Whitey?
Go on.
You. Says, on Blaine's side, being shot is different than being shot with a paintball gun. 2 more shots for Crain, and then it gets a gun of his choosing.
I don't understand any of that.
No.
Jeremy, thank you.
You
I
blew it.
appreciate you.
Hold on. He had
hold on.
a gun of his choosing.
He
had 6
I didn't
months
have a gun
to
of
get
my choosing.
Yeah.
I didn't choose that
And guess
paintball
who
gun.
didn't source the gun?
Look,
Yeah,
After
that's
all
fine.
this time,
Yeah.
we still
Jeremy,
had to source the gun
as a man
for
of
it.
the people, we will put this on the table and consider it.
Yeah.
He did source the gun. He specifically asked Davies for it, and then Davies
Oh,
gave it to him.
yeah. We found it now.
Set up. Let's go to Ryan Gay, $2 donation. Where's Brett's white beats to go with her jacket? Really funny, guys. I'm so glad we're doing this. Ha, ha, ha.
This time, let's make it weird, too, Dragon.
Let's go Jacob Howarth, $5 donation. Can my daughter Victoria get a shout out? We have our first coach pitch game tomorrow. He's the coach. Also, we got to sign the stinking Yankees. Hey, man.
Hey, Victoria, good luck tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Go have a great time. Keep your eye on the ball. And remember, you run to first, not third first. Okay, just remember that. But you guys have a great time. That'll be fun. Make sure you're throwing good pitches there, Coach. A lot of it's on you. It's like the home run derby. You can't be up there throwing them down and out. All right? In and up, dip and rip. Let's get around the bases and make a difference out there.
Amen. Victoria, listen to your parents, too.
Yes.
They know
Go
that.
Yankees, Victoria. Go
No,
Yankees.
Don't go Yankees.
She's the Yankees, David.
Well, they put a little,
you're cheering against
over
Victoria?
They put a little tape over it. All of a sudden, you're the Braves. You know.
No,
it's fine.
I mean, you're Yankees.
crawled out.
David Cohn. Okay, let's get a question here. How does Nate Oates feel about all the heat that are coming to the sports at Alabama?
Well, if you're Nate Oates, you may be the happiest guy in Tuscaloosa right now because all the pressure's been, not pressure, but all the PR has been put on the baseball team now. You know, not that you're exhilarated, but from a personal standpoint, a lot more people are going to be talking about this than they are the situation with Nate Oates. And look, I don't want to sit here and compare what happened with, the basketball team to the baseball team. One is betting, the other's, capital murder. But if you're Nate Oates, you're not the biggest villain in the athletic department right now, just because of the recency of what just happened. And we don't see that. I've never seen that outside of Pete Rose, who they said bet on his own team to win money line, which I don't have a problem with. Like, this is like totally different. Like, this is I just can't believe it, man. I really can't.
Let's go to Dakota Blackburn. Coney wants to know. All right, Coney, my wife and I are expecting our first, a boy, in less than a month. Any tips for a soon-to-be dad?
Just be present, man. Be present and give her all the support you can. That would be my advice, man. It is a magical thing.
Dude, I can't even.
It is a magical experience.
I watched the Kick Six. I love. We got a French bulldog, which I love, but I can't even imagine. I can't wait. I'm pretty excited about it.
All right, let's go to Ryan Gave, the $10 donation. He says, coming to Nashville Saturday for the Craft Brewers Convention next week.
Ooh, wait, there's a craft brew?
I'm definitely going to hit up Bar Taco. Any other recommendations for restaurants, barbecue, or breweries?
Edley's, can't go wrong with that. Here's what I'll say about Bar Taco. You got to get the pork belly glazed taco. It's the best taco I've ever had. And I know it's not truly authentic, Mexican taco. Well, guess what? I'm not in Mexico right now, okay? I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's a pork belly glazed taco that's absolutely fantastic. And fellas, we're going on a bachelor trip next weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Little golf,
Little Jared Golf.
Call me Jared.
Yeah, the gumball smuggler. Let's go to Travis Elrod. # Crain & Co. Will this affect the football team at Alabama in any way?
No, not at all. Nick Saban has a bubble around that.
They're a whole separate entity.
Team. Right now, it just reminds me on the Big Green, that team that's really good, that bites the Pop-Tarts at the same time. That's just what Nick Saban has. Everybody just, on the same page.
Let's go to Mad Veg, # Crain & Co. What is the closest you guys came to getting in trouble with a sports suspension at school?
Well, we, when I was younger, I'll go ahead and tell this. When I was younger, we thought it'd be funny one night if I was over at a buddy's house, I think I was a junior in high school, something like that. We thought it'd be funny if they dressed me up like I had been kidnapped and they just dropped me on somebody's front door randomly, that lives in the same neighborhood as them. And at the time it was hilarious. I put on this white shirt and we ripped it up and I just looked dysfunctional. They taped my hands behind my back and duct taped my mouth and took me in the back of the... No, true story. Took me in the back of the truck, just took me to a random place, dropped me off, and at the point where they dropped me off in front of the front door, I realized it was a mistake. Okay, they knocked on the door and ran away.
Wow, this is a sports suspension?
No, just wait. Knocked on the door and ran away, and I just remember, at that point, I was like, I have to become a great actor, whatever. And somebody opened the door, and I just heard this woman go, "Oh my God." And her husband comes up, they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm pretending to be I don't know where I'm at. Then my buddies pulled up and they're like, "There he is." The same ones that dropped me off and tied me up, brought me back. And we thought it was funny. And then the cops showed up at my buddy's house an hour later and they brought me outside and were like, "Sir, are you okay?" I was like, "Guys, here's the pictures. It was a joke, whatever." So my coach found out and I almost got suspended for a game, but that's about the closest.
Wow. At least the cops were doing their job.
Cone, you got anything?
Well, we got investigated at Michigan when Coach Rodriguez was having us practice 24 hours around the clock. So they sent NCAA officials in twice to interview the entire team.
The rubber bullets.
But individually to see who was lying and who would tell the truth about. Were they taking attendance at workouts? Were they mandatory? Nah, we volunteered. We had just showed up.
It's all volunteer.
Workouts.
Yeah, we volunteered to put our pads on.
I was a senior. I didn't want to not be bowl eligible, which turned out we didn't have to worry about that because we didn't win enough games.
We don't have to take this down a dark road. My probably closest one was a summer baseball game in Louisiana. You wear metal spikes in baseball, right? Especially you get to the high school level, you start wearing metal spikes. I was rounding third and the catcher was bent down at home plate.
Like he's supposed to be.
But the ball wasn't there yet, So the ball got there when I was a little bit more than halfway. So my idea was like, hey, I'm going to jump over this guy.
Oh.
I kicked him right in the face with spikes on. Dugouts cleared, the whole night.
Tum-tum.
That's the closest I've ever gotten suspended.
That's a good one.
Wow.
All right, guys. Before we get into rapid fire, there's a lot to go over. Really excited to tell you, I use this this product when I run and do other things. I love listening to music. Y'all know me. I love all genres. It's like food. I don't just love one type of food. If I like it, I like it. And we know inflation's out of control, and our bank accounts are somehow always depleting. Okay, we're officially entering a dupe session. Now, most products do the same thing, but they're priced differently, solely based on brand name. All right, so a good duplicate or a dupe is crucial for getting the highest quality at a best price. One dupe you definitely shouldn't sleep on is Raycon wireless earbuds. Stay with me here. Raycon provides premium audio to the perfect price point so you can listen to what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. You can get a pair and a spare and still pay less than you would with some of those other more big-name tech brands out there. Raycon offers buy now, pay later options. Right now, you can pay as low as $18 at checkout. All right, so get your Raycon earbuds today at buyraycon.com. Raycon is R-A-Y-C-O-N. Raycon.com/booster, and you'll get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/booster to score 15%. All right, off. That's buyraycon.com/booster. They have noise isolation, water and sweat resistant, earbud tap functions, custom gel tips for the best comfort for every ear. I'm telling you, this product is great. And the dupe play is a big play. It's a big play.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going, to meet Ralph Lauren to get some stuff. All right, I'll get some other stuff.
So you can get a pair and a spare for your girl.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. For less than the competitor.
Yep.
But the quality's still the same. With our promo code, you get 15% off.
That's exactly right.
We know you're working out, Booster Club.
Yeah.
We know you're on the go. We know you're jogging, getting your math and push-ups in. Get a pair of these today, maybe 2 pairs.
If you want to lock into the zone, all right, this is what you got to do. All right, this is part of the process.
There's a couple things that upset me in this world. And one of them is definitely being on the treadmill running and your earbuds are falling out.
Mm-hmm.
With these, you can turn that thing up to 9.
They could hang you upside down like a bat.
Full speed. See, I go into the gym. I don't need to move. I'm on the treadmill. They don't move. 1, the noise cancellation is great. And 2, the touch to stop is huge for me because I'm in there watching the games with old Louie from New Jersey, who's on a sports book. So when Louie talks to me, boom, I'm here. We're here right there.
I love
specific. It. Yeah.
I may just put these in and lock in for the rest of the show.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I don't even see
AirPods, cap. These, beautiful.
Raycon, check them out. All right, let's get to some rapid fire. We got Tim Brando coming on and live calls, 1-855-236-3228. Go ahead and get them calls in.
Golden State Warriors, even the series with the Lakers. Your thoughts?
Draymond showed up. Yeah. Draymond showed up and Anthony Davis didn't dominate. Look, Clay's been great. Steph wasn't fantastic last night.
Had a lot of assists.
Scored 20 points, did what he had to do. Lakers came out hot. But I asked this on the show yesterday. I wonder what Golden State's record was when Draymond Green gets at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists. I'm not even talking about points.
Mm-hmm.
They lost game 1 when he had 3 and 4 or something like that. They were 164 and 43 when Draymond has at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Last night, I think he had 9 assists and 11 rebounds. They were able to find a way to win. You knew they were going to probably even the series up after LA stole one. But is this series going to come down? It's funny. We have LeBron. We have Steph, we have Clay, but it seems like this series is going to come down to Draymond Green and Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like to me.
So, Dragon, Clay went off, obviously, 30 points.
He's really good.
8 for 11 from 3, we know that. But LeBron was playing really well in the first quarter, had everything going. It was like he couldn't miss a shot. Yeah. What did you think about the Warriors' plan for LeBron and AD?
I wouldn't say it was more of a plan for LeBron, but the way Draymond Green guarded Anthony Davis.
There you go.
Almost everything that Anthony shot felt contested, right? And you go back to that first game, it wasn't even close to that. I thought Looney played well as well. I thought JaMychal Green played well for the Warriors. I mean, Andrew Wiggins didn't have a huge day, but it goes back to what Draymond Green is. He gets this offense going. And this is what you see from the Warriors, right? They can get hotter quicker than any team in the NBA. And I think Steph only had 20. He had double-double in assists, but Clay, 8 from 11 from 3. I think they almost finished shooting 50% from 3. But if you're the Lakers, you got what you want out of it. you're going to have to rely on Anthony Davis. LeBron James is almost 40 years old. Okay? So I think LeBron's going to play well. He does need to have a game to where he goes off. At least one. I'm talking 30 plus. You're going to have to do that. If you want to be considered one of the greats, you're going to have a big game. But Anthony Davis can't play like this. There's no way Anthony Davis should only have 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's no way. But this is going to go 7, boys. Are we expecting anything?
I hope it does.
Yeah,
I hope it does.
Milwaukee Bucks, guys, the number 1 overall seed this season. They were, put out by the Heat, the 8 seed, but now they fired their head coach after 5 seasons. He had an incredible record, and he led the franchise to their first championship in 50 years. Guys, what do you think about this firing?
Permission to speak freely?
That's what you're here
If this
for.
guy was any other race than what he is, that there would be uproar over this. There would be uproar over this. Giannis got hurt. You were missing your best player. Last year, Chris Middleton was out, injured. This year, Giannis got hurt in the first round, was able to come back late. And look, they shouldn't have lost to the Heat. There's no excuse to lose to the Heat. You're the number 1 seed in the East, which we know that's not an easy thing to do, even with their roster. But Mike Budenholzer got the Bucks to where they're relevant. He's just as big of a part of it as Giannis and Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. I was shocked when I heard this. I really was.
I was too, actually.
Just so like, what is the precedent now then? Like, what is, the regular season doesn't matter. That's what you're saying. We all know it doesn't matter in the NBA anyway. This just pushes that narrative. You think he's the second coach to have the best regular season and inside the conference and get fired? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous to me. It's not Mike Budenholzer's fault that Giannis got hurt. And he does have to share some of the blame in them losing the first round. But this man has shown you he has the backs of the players. They have his back. This was a knee-jerk reaction to me. This is a knee-jerk reaction to me. And I'm trying to find a way that they could have sat down and said, you know what, maybe we need to move on from Mike Budenholzer. You didn't win it this year. All right, you didn't win it last year. But you have to live in reality of what happened. You haven't had a healthy roster once you got to the playoffs in the last couple years.
Dragon, what do you think here? I mean, Chris Middleton injured last year. They did win the game that Giannis was out.
Yeah, it's not a good fire in my opinion. I guarantee Mike will have another job by the beginning of the NBA season next year.
Oh, without a doubt.
If anything, this was a reach by the Bucks. Your best player was hurt, and I still think Giannis, even when he played, was still hurt. Chris Middleton was banged up almost the entire season. He got y'all relevant. He really did. So now, when it comes to the Bucks organization, you're going to find out extremely quickly that the grass is not always greener on the other side. So, I mean, you're lucky you got Giannis, and Giannis is one of those guys who wants to do it at Milwaukee. He doesn't want to go anywhere else, so Giannis will be staying. But I don't like this firing and all. I don't think he was president.
Well, we see like coaches that win a championship. Gene Chizik at Auburn, for example, wins a national championship, is fired 3 years later because they won 3 games.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if guy got you there and he made you relevant, but it's just dropped off and you need a fresh start. I get that. This isn't that. You were the number 1 seed coming out of the East. All right? We brought up the injury problems. Mike Budenholzer is as good of a coach right now as he was when they won the NBA championship. Like, and Milwaukee's a small market team. You know, they're circle the wagons. We're all in this thing together. You're in the same state that your NFL team is owned by the fans. That's what is so surprising. If this happened in New York, or hell, even Miami, I wouldn't be shocked.
I think 3 of the past 4 NBA championship teams have fired their head coaches now.
It's just, why would you want to be a head coach
Toronto.
in the NBA?
It's a trigger-happy coach firing league.
But why would you want to be a head coach in the NBA? You don't have control. The players run the organization.
That's why you usually
have a
see this with big ego players.
That's exactly right.
Not a player-led thing here.
It's just when I saw that, I thought it was a joke at first. Like, I didn't, and then I saw Shams tweet it out, and but like Blaine said, somebody's going to get a good one. Somebody needs to make a move because you're going to get a good one. All right, that's one. Okay, but still, it is. I was shocked by the firing.
All right, let's move on because I heard you making some Lizzo jokes earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you didn't hear what PK Subban said. Everybody wants him fired now. Former hockey star. So maybe this can be a lesson.
Did they fire him?
I don't think so, but people want him fired.
Oh, let's play the clip.
Big game for
Didn't pack a lunch.
Listen, maybe they need to pack a Lizzo-sized lunch.
A
Lizzo size.
Well, here's the thing. No, here's the thing.
Good for him.
No, here's the thing. What is Lizzo always saying? I love my body. She wore like a couple fruit roll-ups on stage, and that was it the other day. So you can't on one hand say, oh, look, I'm beautiful, fat is beautiful, and then get upset when somebody talks about you being fat, right? Because it's beautiful. In their world, this is a compliment, right? Think about it. Think about it. I can do these mental gymnastics too. Lizzo comes on stage, fat is flat. Fat is flat. And, fat is sexy. Okay, well, if fat is sexy, then we're going to talk about a Lizzo-sized lunch.
There you go.
Basically saying, that's a sexy lunch.
What's fair is fair.
That's a sexy lunch.
No way they fire this guy. There's no way. And if he does, I mean...
Come on.
Come on over here.
Yeah, come on over here, PK. By the way, what a great name for a hockey player or a soccer player. PK? Come on now.
I can't get the image of just Lizzo with a couple of fruit roll-ups.
Oh, no, the other day, man, it was crazy.
What was it, a Meg Gala?
No, it's like her concert. Like at a concert. She brought I think she was in Nashville. I think she brought like drag queens or something on stage.
Lizzo?
Like,
it wouldn't be
or
a huge deal if you just didn't scream out you were healthy.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Right? Like,
it's
we wouldn't
crazy.
talk about it as much if you just didn't say you're what women should look like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you just said, look,
if three of them were quilted together.
My life. I don't care what you think of me. That's one thing.
That's fine.
But then to tell everyone else, no, this is the healthiest lifestyle. Then if you really believe that, there would be no offense here.
Yeah.
That's my whole
You would
point.
just say,
Thank you.
What, he's being crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's my whole point.
All right, let's move on to the next one because this Bud Light controversy, this thing will not end. It won't. The chief executive for Bud Light's parent company, this is Anheuser-Busch InBev, dismissed the controversial partnership between the beer brand and social media influencer, trans star Dylan Mulvaney. He basically said, we need to clarify the facts here. This is one influencer, one post, not a campaign.
Well, you know what? You remember what Billy Madison said to that kid in the kitchen when he called Veronica Vaughn and it didn't go good?
What'd he say again?
You blew it. You ruined your company. You ruined your company. You instantly ruined Anheuser-Busch, which now that's not owned by Americans. I could care less about you guys, to be honest with you.
True.
But you guys blew it. You guys blew it. But here's a point I want to make. Okay, and we have a great interview coming up with Riley Gaines too, where we talk about this as well. This is big news because it shows you that like men will do something about this, right? Bud Light, it's mostly men that consume that product, okay? But when it comes to like Maybelline and Tampax that are also sponsored by our guy Dylan right there, women won't do it because they feel like that they're being mean. Men will be like, no, that's not me, buddy. I don't want to feel like I'm making out with Dylan Mulvaney every time I drink a beer after I just got off the construction site. So you guys blew it, but it shows you men will say no. It's just like in real life. Men will say it to your face, most of them. Women will say it behind closed doors, most of them. Not everybody. I'm not grouping everybody into this, but that's just the truth. And this shows you. And you know what? You play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. Don't run from it now. You guys are embracing it, right? Right? So now, like in my mind, every time I see a Bud Light, every time I see one, you know who I think of? That guy jumping around in a sports bra and leggings.
There you go.
And I would not touch the stuff, and you deserve it. You can try and run from it. You blew it. You blew it.
Lizzo with fruit roll-ups and Dylan Mulvaney and leggings. A hell of a morning, huh?
No, it's not even 8 yet.
Now, you picture that, and
I refuse to believe that they didn't know this was
Oh, yeah, they knew it.
Of course. And if
There's
it
no
worked,
way they
if it worked, they'd be leaning into it more.
Yeah.
See, like it's just a test. I love the attempt to draw a distinction between a campaign and just partnering with an influencer. I mean, the CEO went on to say, we believe we have the experience, the resources, and the partners to manage this. How about the values?
Yeah.
How about the values? Instead of needing all this stuff, now they've hired Republican strategists to win back their fans. And he goes on to say, and our 4-year growth outlook is unchanged. See, that's what these people are thinking about. I'm thinking 4 years down the road, right? Because it doesn't matter if I have high values or not. It doesn't matter if I'm a high character person.
Will you
and I want to
forget?
connect. It just matters. Hey, the almighty dollar. Will you forget?
Yeah,
will you forget quick enough to buy Bud Light again?
You know what? This would have been so much easier if you'd have just came out and said, we screwed up.
Right?
We screwed up. We betrayed our values as a company and our demographic that relies on us and that has supported us and been loyal to us to make us what we are. We screwed up and that's on me. So by saying that you really didn't, you're either admitting you're incompetent or you're stupid. Okay? Like, and what I mean, I know those are synonyms, but either you're saying you didn't know, which means you're incompetent and you deserve this to go down in flames. If you don't know what you're marketing as the CEO, then you're an idiot. Or two, you thought this would work because you're stupid. Like, so it's not a good look either way. You should have just came out and owned it. And just owned it. Now your stock's down, what, 26%?
It's definitely down. I mean, say what you will about Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or some of these eccentric billionaires. At least when you found the companies that you're running, right? Like, you directly care about that.
That's your baby.
A lot of these CEOs these days who are just in charge of the conglomerates, right? The brand that so many people have known to love and support, it's just a vehicle to make them money.
Yeah, and see, and I wonder if this needs to be a lesson learned to a lot of companies. This DEI stuff is so stupid. And when you hire people like the chick that did this, that had to take a leave of absence, and you don't hire people based on merit, you hire people based on identity politics, it will go down in flames. Like, I don't know, the vice president we have right now. People should be hired in positions based on merit, not what they look like, not what race they are, not what sex they are. Hire the best person for the job, and they'll do the best job.
Well, you brought up the vice president. Let's go to the president, because I wanted to show you guys one more thing from the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So this was President Biden, and it relates to us because he's talking about Brittany Griner here. Can we run this clip? I want these guys to weigh in.
Tonight, unlike last year, Brittany Griner's here with her wife, Cheryl. Brittany, where are you, kid? Stand up, come on. I love this woman.
I love this woman.
Yeah, what's that?
Love you, Brittany.
I don't think they know.
This time last year, we were praying for you, Brittany, hoping you know how hard all of us were fighting for your release. It's great to have you home. And boys, I can hardly wait to see you back on the court, kid. Remember your promise, I'll get to bring my granddaughter, my all-state girl, to see you, right?
There they go. They have a promise. So the president gets to take his granddaughter to see Brittany Griner.
What, the one he claims or the one he doesn't claim?
That I can't speak to that.
I'm just, okay, that's fine. I'll just try and go bring a weed pen into North Korea, and then I'll just become instantly famous. Everybody feels sorry for me.
Everyone can be happy that an American citizen is back, which I think we have
agree.
said on this show, and at the same time, not want to see somebody be used as a political pawn in this way. Like, why do we have to celebrate the fact that this person broke Russian laws and we traded like a convicted terrorist in exchange for?
Because we're stupid.
Like, why is this something that they're going to bring out to the White House correspondents?
Because look, they know that. Let's be honest. I mean, I think they believe that most of the American public is stupid, and they can just, hey, look, let's show all the peons, all these political pawns. They'll go for it. It's tribal. They're all with us anyway. We can do whatever. We can do whatever we want. It doesn't matter. I firmly believe that. I think that's why they assume that we're all dumb. And if you're stupid, if you're dumb enough to keep allowing this stuff to happen, you keep putting people in these places. That's why some of these places I don't feel bad for. Like, y'all keep voting these people in. I don't feel bad for you.
Like, if Brittany Griner was truly, let's say, a victim of terrorism or was like kidnapped somehow in the United States, like the only way to get someone back who was like taken by another country was to trade this terrorist, and she comes back, like, I could understand sort of the PR, circuit that you go on.
Yeah, I mean,
but if I was Brittany Griner and I went to another country, I tried to take hashish oil pins into that country, and then the United States had to trade a convicted terrorist and get weaker on the foreign scale. I don't know if I'd want to be standing up, publicly at the White House Correspondents' Dinner or going on this like press tour about it.
Well, a couple of things here. To me, one, I guarantee one thing: Joe Biden's not going to watch a single women's basketball game coming up.
No.
Two, I'm glad Brittany Griner's back. She's getting used as a pawn. Obviously, there's Marines still sitting over there in jail that we're not even trying to get back. And 3, if this was a different situation to where said there's some white guy from the NBA who did this, I guarantee even if we got him back, he wouldn't be sitting right there getting praise for whatever it is. It's an image play. That's all it is.
But see, I think it has less to do with race as it does with what side of the political aisle you.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I do. I think that it's.
I think that's a white dude, he's not there. At all, because that's not a good image for the Biden.
Well, I don't think he's in America. I think he's still over there in Russia. It's more about the high-profile person than it is what the person looks like. I mean, it's somebody that that's why they didn't get Paul Whelan. Why didn't they get Paul Whelan? Because Paul Whelan's not going to generate the pub that Brittany Griner's going to generate.
Celebrity status.
It's a celebrity status. It's going to get somebody. They think some people are more important than other people. That guy's been over there the whole time, so they went and got what they felt is the person that was the most advantageous to what they want to do politically.
But celebrity status as it relates to your political side. They're not going to bring Kid Rock back.
No, hell no. Hell no. It's now, look, if you had like John Cusack went over there and got kidnapped, they'd go get him in a second. He's a white guy because he believes what they believe. It's more about what tribe you're in than what you look like at the end of the day, because they can do the mental gymnastics and make it flip around, which we're going to get to some NHL here very quickly. We got Timmy B on the line, our friend Tim Brando.
Quick reminder, this is your mid-show reminder.
Yes, thank you. We're at 1 right now. We're at 1 right now.
Yes.
Tim Brando, our good friend from Fox, got his extension. Big NIL deal, I heard. Big NIL deal. We're not going to give any details here. But Timmy B, what's up, man?
I don't know. I haven't gotten a Mercedes. Maybe I need to go back to school. You know?
Well, just start doing gymnastics. Apparently, they're the ones that get all the NIL money. You know, I don't know if you could pull off a leotard, Tim. I don't know, but
I believe in you.
I have done gymnastics with Bart Connor and yeah, back in the day, I've done my fair share of gymnastics. That's a good idea. I might look into that.
Look, okay, I mean, you and Timmy B and Libby Dunn, you know, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But Timmy B, I want to start off with this deal with Bohannon, the head baseball coach at Alabama. Obviously, you look at him getting let go. You look at this betting situation, this alleged stuff. And we opened the show talking about just this pattern of things that are happening in the Alabama athletic department. The deputy AD gets arrested for domestic violence. We know what happened with the basketball team. Now this with Bohannon, you got players going 140 miles per hour and running away from the cops. Like at what point, and people forget, Greg Byrne left Arizona during an FBI investigation. So he didn't exactly leave that place with clean hands and open hearts. Does Alabama have a culture problem in the athletic department right now?
You know, no, I think that might be jumping to conclusions just a little bit. Okay, and I say this with full disclosure. I've known Greg a long time. I knew his father, Bill. I think he's one of the more respected, young and aggressive. And he's not really young, but to me he is, because I knew him as a kid when Bill was at Oregon and then later at Texas A&M. I mean, he's a career athletic administration guy that grew up in an athletic administration family. I think this is an isolated situation with baseball. For God's sakes, do you know anybody that bets on baseball? I don't.
Outside of Pete Rose, you know.
No, I really don't. This sounds like a troubled man, Bohannon, and everyone I've talked to, and I still have some pretty strong connections in college baseball. Everyone I've talked to thinks the guy's a really good guy. He's one of the most enjoyable people to be around, engaging. The program is in a bit of trouble of late. They haven't performed well on the field, but this sounds like I'm going to go culture elsewhere as opposed to just at Alabama on this. Now, the Brandon Miller thing was a different deal, brought more attention for obvious reasons because it's basketball. He was the #1 collegiate player in the country last year, but this is a difficult time for Byrne. And all eyes are on him. I think what he does from this point forward is really going to be microscope. He's living in a very small fishbowl right now. And, you know, the feeling from the outside looking in, I'm sure, at Alabama in the Tuscaloosa and surrounding area is, can we trust this guy to get the right guy to replace Saban? Okay, that's the narrative in Tuscaloosa and throughout the state of Alabama, because nothing's gone right for Nate Oates since what happened to Brandon Miller happened and they got knocked out of the tournament in the Sweet 16. It's not been a good period for him if you follow what's been going on in basketball at the collegiate level. So I think that, Greg Byrne is the one that people will begin to focus on now, whether fairly or unfairly. But I do think this is isolated to some extent. And let me throw this out at you. I don't know how you guys feel, but I've felt this way since the gambling thing was adopted, and I'm all for it. I've got no problem with people that legally bet on anything. But I also was a little bit concerned when our business got so involved in it.
Yeah.
Okay. When our business got so involved in it, that being the media, television, and otherwise, listen, the company I work for is involved. ESPN is heavily invested.
I mean, we're sponsored by DraftKings. I mean,
you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's become so laissez-faire to discuss gaming on all forms of media, and to some extent, listen, it's at times overbearing. I think it's gotten to the point where we're not getting into the meat and potatoes of the sport. We're talking more about the odds than we are the game. And I think this is maybe a byproduct of that to some extent. I think everyone needs to take a step back, maybe look in the mirror a little bit and understand, are we making this so easy that we're really compromising the integrity of the game? And I'm sure that's what Greg Sankey is thinking about, and everyone else involved in athletics, no matter what commissioner of what league you are. I hope this is an isolated situation. And again, I speak with the understanding that from you guys that I've known Greg a long time. I feel for him now. But at the same time, when you're making that kind of money and he's making big bucks, fans need to understand it's not just the coaches wearing whistles that are making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Athletic administrators are making well north of 7 figures at big-time schools. So Greg's got to get the job done. It is concerning. And again, I think it's something that everyone needs to take a long look at every level of athletics right now.
Yeah, and I want to make sure I don't know Greg Byrne. I've never met him. Seen him one time, so I'm not going to pass judgment. Obviously, I know you, Timmy B. I know your heart and your character. You say he's a good guy. I believe you, and I don't want him fired. That's not what I'm calling for. But what my main point is, the buck stops with him. There needs to be some accountability from him, and you said it. I think you said it perfectly. Going on from here on out, he's got to start getting it right. Because it's been going wrong and wrong and wrong, and I do think it's an isolated incident. Why? Because I've never seen this happen before with the coach like this. People forget. I mean, Auburn had a point shaving scandal on the basketball team, a decade ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, and that was a big deal. But being a coach, the head coach, this isn't the hitting coach, like the head coach. I've never seen that before.
Well, the fact that he moves so swiftly tells you that.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't take long in saying you're fired for cause, you're out of here. That had to be done. If there had been, and my issues with Greg after the Nate Oates situation, and one of the reasons I sat here and told you that I thought Alabama would be, I think I said the first number 1 seed to be knocked out in the NCAAs. I thought they had problems in handling the Oates situation. Byrne only did a podcast interview. Okay, he did not meet before the press, take any questions really about that situation in the aftermath of the Miller circumstances when it came to the forefront, which was concerning to me. It's, as is often the case in our industry, and I don't care who you are, once there's a misstep, it's how you handle it. Okay, what's the reaction to the action? And I was concerned about that. I didn't think that Alabama as an institution handled it well. I thought that when they had the incident with the player, when Miller was being introduced and they did the search of him, as he was introduced to the crowd, I'm like, did any of the adults that said, after Oates said, we've been doing this all year, I didn't know it. Well, if you didn't know it, somebody had to know it. Was there an adult in the room that was watching all season long? So to me, that was one of those deals where I was, okay, this is a leadership issue, first for the coach, and then I think for Alabama as an athletic department. So I hope Greg works his way through it because I like him and I know him to be a good guy. And I think he's one of the really astute athletic administrators out there. But yeah, there's no doubt everyone's going to be watching his move, and it casts a shadow of doubt about, what's going to happen when Saban leaves. Can we trust this guy to get the right guy? Because clearly he didn't with the baseball coach. And to some extent, even though Oates has had an outstanding career, prior to this event happening with Miller, he just gave him a new 5-year contract. So they're on the hook for a lot of bucks with Oates if there's a problem there and some of the issues continue. So we'll see.
Definitely.
Tim, the 12-team college football playoff schedule has been released. So they're going to start that first round the week after Army-Navy. That's around December 20th, 21st, something like that. Quarterfinals move to New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Then the semifinals will happen when we usually get the championship. Now the college football championship will move all the way back to January 20th and still be on a Monday night. 2 questions. Do you think they got the schedule right? And 2, if you feel the need to, tell Monday night championships to get off your lawn, please do so because it's a movement here.
Yeah, I saw your piece, Jay, earlier this week, and I think that it's got merit. But what we have to understand here is they have some issues with the first form of the 12-team format because it's the same old contract. Okay.
Okay.
The new contract is being negotiated in 25. Okay, for the 26 championship. This is a year early. We're starting next year, the 24 season. The championship will be played in January of 25. Okay, but that's with ESPN holding the last year of its contract. They're starting this 1 year sooner than the 12-year deal that's coming to an end. They're actually starting it in the 12th year with the 12 teams. Now, the bidding for the new contract, which I have no idea how long it'll last, but it's going to be worth $1 billion with a B, and it will have more than one network involved. And we'll see who that network is. Okay, so with that in mind, something to consider is also the dates that they're dealing with. These NFL playoff games are set. They know when they're playing them. Okay, from an academic standpoint, they don't want to disrupt finals, so they're having to deal with that as well. Hence, I think why we're waiting until December the 20th. I think there is a very great, good, if not great, opportunity that things will speed up on the calendar with the new television contract when that's put in place. Okay, so we might be playing. We won't be waiting until the 20th after Championship Saturday with the conference championships. Okay, we could start it the very next week. Okay. But they've got to work that out from an academic standpoint because they got to deal with finals and all of that. Lots going to change. I, in fact, am on record as saying that when we get to the new television contract, I believe the people at the forefront of the negotiations for the CFP are going to look at what happens, okay, in terms of the popularity of the 12-team format, and they're going to see that sitting those 4 teams the first week, teams 1 through 4, with home fields at work, makes no sense.
Yeah,
that they need to expand to 16. I really believe that.
I think you're right.
To 26, we will go to 16 because why not? You're losing inventory by not having them play. You're giving them, the top 4 teams, home fields, which means more great influx of economic boom to your hometowns in places like Columbus, Ohio, Athens, Georgia, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Why would you have them sit? Go ahead and let them play. So we're going to see a lot of movement between the first year of the 12 team and the second team of the second year of the 12 team, solely because we're going to have a brand new television contract in the second year, not the first year. And I don't think fans understand that yet. I'm fine with the scheduling, with the understanding that that is in fact the case. Okay, that we're starting this with 1 year left on the current ESPN deal, and the new deal will come into play with multiple networks and probably, I'd say, at least a third, if not twice as much money at stake.
That is why we have you on, brother.
That's exactly right.
Well done, Tim. We're going to go to the Booster Club. We got a couple people with some questions. Tim, B2B Visor wants to know, if Kirby wins 3 in a row for UGA, is this the beginning of a more impressive run than Saban had?
Well, it's certainly as good past Sabins. I think we could say that. I mean, Nick almost got a third in a row. I mean, he very nearly did.
Which is incredible.
You know, and semantics would tell you that that would be like arguing whether USC was really the better team against Texas in 2005. I mean, that game could have gone either way. And that would have been 3 in a row for SC, although it would not have included the BCS Crystal. It would have been because the AP gave them a title in the year that LSU won theirs with Nick Saban against Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. So it's right there, fellas. It is. And listen, Nick's not done, but Nick is getting fed up with the circumstances here. This is a slow burn, so to speak, on Alabama. He doesn't like what's going on. And if you recall, remember back in 2012 or 13, I think it was 12 because I was still doing my radio show. He was having issues with the rules when Clemson finally was making its headway. And he wanted to keep the rules, to slow things down because he couldn't get his defensive groupings in time to deal with the spread. Freeze had won a couple in a row against him at Ole Miss, and Clemson was getting it done. He finally had to acquiesce to that. And what did he do? He hired Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
All right. He said, okay, this is the way we're going to play. Then there's nothing I can do about it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to speed up too. And what did he do? I mean, automatically he got the right players. He moved those big linebackers out, got those hybrids that would be defensive backs in the past and moved them to outside linebacker. And, he was able to play, basketball on turf a little bit better.
Exactly right.
He wanted to change it then. He couldn't get it done. I think that this whole NIL transfer portal thing is really pissing him off a lot. He just can't say it's pissing him off a lot. Nick wants to get one more.
Yeah.
Nick wants to get another NC. And frankly, I hope he gets it because once he does, I think he could do a better job for the sport as a sort of czar, as a football czar, a guy that the CFP could turn to and say, hey, what do we need to do to keep what's on the field at the level we need it to be? And Nick and I have had this conversation going all the way back to 2016 when he got the rematch victory against Clemson. We did a one-on-one interview with an old show I used to do called Football Saturdays that aired in the summer. And he loved the idea of talking about that, being in some position of governance within the college football umbrella. I think he would be great at that. And with the hiring of Tony Petitti at the Big Ten as commissioner to go along with Greg Sankey, those are the two power brokers, the major power brokers in college football. And let me give you another nugget. Look for Petitti because of his background in television and network television, both at ABC Sports when he penned the idea of the BCS in his early 30s for Roy Kramer, and then later came to CBS and was my executive producer for about 9 of the 18 years that I was there. Look for him to be at the forefront of the negotiations with all of the bidders from all of the different networks. So I think they're going to get a great TV deal. They're going to have, from an administrative standpoint, the right people in charge. And I think they need to find someone, a football guy, that really has the best interests of college football at heart. And Nick's got that. So I hope he gets another one, because once he's gotten past that point and gets what it would be 7 at Bama, 1 at LSU, 8 overall, I think he steps aside at that point. And again, I go back to our original question. Greg Byrne, you're on the clock.
That's
exactly
right.
Who are you going to get?
That's exactly right. Then, Petitti, Saban, and Greg Sankey can battle it out for interstellar domination, because that's what's going to end up going on. But Timmy B, it's always great to have you. Remember, you going to chase the ball around a little bit today? You going to hit the links at all?
Yeah. We have our ULM alumni event that we have in Northwest Louisiana. We have a little Brando shootout there. I've got some Fox swag to hand out to all those folks from Monroe that I know so well from the 70s. We got some fans in Monroe, I'm sure, that visited Sal's, the Electric Golden Circus. And, oh, my God, did we have fun back in the day. And we're going to have some more. And we're going to have some more fun today.
Definitely. Well, Timmy B, thanks so much for getting up and joining us, my friend. It's always great to talk to you.
Well, great being with you guys, indeed. I'm always here at your beck and call.
Yes, sir, and we are too. We're unbelievably happy to have you. All right, Timmy B's going to go shoot about 75 today on the links. He's a lefty, too. Got a lot of sauce in there. It's nice. But speaking about going out and playing golf or, doing things outside, not just playing video games, you need to keep up your fitness habit with a personalized workout program from our friends over at Fitbod, all right? Because we all have the best intentions when it comes to sticking to a fitness routine, all right? We know what New Year's resolutions you made that you haven't stuck to, okay? We know you're not doing it, okay? But you can get it back and you can get it personalized. Fitbod is an app that creates a personalized workout program that's tailored to your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. It learns from your previous workouts and adapts as you improve, but it's not a robot that's gonna take over your house. The app switches up your exercises to avoid overtraining or burnout while keeping your workouts fresh and fun. So whether you work out in the weight room or your living room, Fitbod has you covered. And a full year of Fitbod, Flamin' Dragon, check this out, is less than the cost of a single session with a personal trainer.
Boom.
How about that?
Love it.
Mind blown explosions. All right. So you can get 25% off your subscription or try the app for free at fitbod.me. That's fitbod.me/booster. That's fitbod.me/booster.
So you get that jingle going, brother.
You can
Come on,
feel good.
tell it.
Hey, you want it?
Yeah, come on.
You want? All right, give me a beat. Somebody give me a beat. Somebody give me a beat.
FIT.
fitbod.me/booster. That's a
There
long
you go.
one.
That one felt okay.
That's a
gotta
long
remember.
one.
They got to
That one felt
remember.
okay.
That's it. That's
We
it.
need to create the Fitbod Booster Club Challenge. We're all getting fit together.
That's exactly right. Can you embrace your inner dragon?
I just
That's
realized what the
question we all
perfect
need.
day is for a Booster Club member, right? You get the propane tank from Cinch. You're
Yes.
grilling up your Good Rancher steak with a cup of black
Yes.
coffee while you're hitting a same game parlay on DraftKings. But you've got the Fitbod on because you're getting fit with the Raycons in your ear, and then you use Genucel at night. And if God says it's your time to go, you already filled out your epic will.
Look, that sounds like heaven to me.
Come on.
West Virginia. All right, let's go to the Booster Club really quickly. Okay, or do we want to get to NHL?
Y'all tell me. Or, well, we got calls.
Let's go and get to calls. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Leafs blew it and the Stars won. There
There'll
you
be
go.
an NHL call in there. Yeah. Oh, also, in addition, I was going to say to not saying his name today, there's a professional hockey team in Toronto. I don't want it said today.
Canada
I
can't
don't
even
want
get
it
a
to-
hockey
Maple
anymore.
Leafs?
Huh?
The Maple Leafs?
Ring the gong. Now that's our gong, bro.
Yeah.
I thought,
Nah,
were you
can't.
betting on them? They're not betting on them. Then going back to bet on them. Like, you just need to figure out what you're doing over there, bud.
Well, here's the thing. You can't. the guys
Do
at
what the
South
book tells
Park
me.
had it so right when they said blame Canada. And our guy Kirk, I'm hurting for him right now. I'm hurting for him. Heck, you can't say certain words in Canada. Y'all aren't even good at hockey anymore. At what point does y'all get rid of Trudeau? Like, I blame this guy.
Oh, wow.
Ron DeSantis is kicking Trudeau's ass in hockey. Think about that. Think about that for a second. That's how far you guys have fallen.
All right, Toronto. Call lines are open.
All y'all
call
got
in.
is Drake.
Call
That's
in,
it.
Toronto.
And he's awesome.
All right, first one up. Crash from Southern Georgia. First of all,
dude,
when you
I gotta
put
tell you about
Southern
Crash.
Georgia on here, that's how you know.
No, there's
it's real.
trusting the signs and interpreting the signs, and our guy Crash has figured out the formula.
Well, that
I
must
can't
be
wait
what
for
it's
this.
about because it's a Pongo situation.
Pongo,
boys.
Pongo.
Pongo alert.
Can.
Crash, what you got, man?
Hey guys, first of all glory to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, King of
Yes.
Kings. And before I start, I didn't ask for this. Okay, this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. What I'm about to say. Unfortunately, I have to discuss how the signs involve me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do that, but it's weird. And the 12 behind David's head caught me today.
Yes.
That's my birthday.
Really?
I've won. Yeah, and I'm calling on a 9-day, by the way. Out of everything, costs a 9. That's 2 3s.
Gosh.
So behind David, you got 1, 2, 3. Steve Cohen, you got 1, 2, 3. Add 1 and 2 together, you got 33. When you say threes, repeat, we're pulling for the dogs. I'm always blood red and black. I mean, my dad had a full scholarship there. Blew out his knee against Auburn. Well, they speared him in the knee. It sounded like a rifle going off from what I heard. Returning a punt. Look, I'm shaking. Okay.
Hey, it's a crazy moment for you right now. I mean, let me ask you this, Crash, because I've seen that. We've obviously talked back and forth. Do you just see the signs all around you? Like, it's like Neo when he sees all the numbers around him? When he realizes he's the one.
Yeah.
And is that basically what it's like?
Yeah. Yes, and I can't see it. It's everything. It's like the entire, probably, I'm 44. I'm going to turn 45 during a three-peat, which is a 9, which is 3 by 3. Behind you, Jake, you got an A and A, which is 11. All right?
I know.
I got 11s in my family.
So are you hitting your bets here, Crash? Are you hitting all of them?
First. Yes.
Hey, do you know Brad Bohannon?
Do you know Brad Bohannon?
I have no idea, dog, what's going on. But like behind Jake, I just noticed it. Last name Crain. C Herschel. You got 3, so the 3s.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm calling it on a 9.
That's crazy.
All right. Behind it, you got A and A, which is an 11, which is a master number, as you know. And you combine all those together, and guess what you get? 3, 4, 1, 1. You get 9.
This is
right.
oh my
this
God.
is even crazier. Guess what month I was born in?
Hold on. You were born in
my month is
September.
9/12. Yes.
Oh,
Wow. Crash, look, here's what I need you to do. I need you to call in next week and tell us, are you seeing any more 9s? All right, now I'm not talking about you went to the bar downtown and there's a couple 9s that snuck in there. I need you to call in next week and tell us.
Dog, you don't understand. Like, I haven't watched any sporting news. I'm detached from that. I used to be, after 23 into the politics and all that, I used to be into that. I grew up playing sports. I love it. I mean, baseball is my favorite sport. You should be on a tobacco card.
Which is how many innings? 9 innings. Which is how many innings,
9.
Crash? That's exactly right. Now I'm starting to get scared.
All
right.
Nikola Tesla's numbers are 369. But anyway, Stetson's birthday adds up to 37. My birthday adds up to 37, which reduces to, which is 10, which reduces to 1. He's the third. I mean, he's the 4th. I'm the 3rd.
Definitely.
And I'm from an A town. He's from a B town. All these stuff. It's crazy. And I noticed it first because he's an ox. So I knew it was okay with him at the helm because the year of the ox. That was his year, 2021. Yeah, it was jarring. But hell, in the next year he came out and he looked like Neo from the Matrix. I mean, he could just sense everything. I mean,
that's exactly right.
I've never been so relaxed watching the Georgia football season in my entire life. I felt like I was dancing with a beautiful woman, staring eyes to eyes, just locked in, just in rhythm with everything.
Well,
I mean,
Crash,
I feel like charged. And
Crash.
I can't imagine an athlete being locked in and just on it. I mean,
well, it is crazy. And Crash, I need you to keep looking for the signs. I need you to call in and give us an update next week.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, Kyle, also in Georgia. What's going on, Kyle?
Hey, guys. So a couple things. First, as of last week, my LLC is officially defeated level 1.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
By the way, my call sign is Miracle Grow. That's the last time I called.
Miracle Grow.
Oh,
yes, that's right. That's right.
Strength coaching and everything. So my question, and because my buddies and I were having a debate about this the other day about whose team would win. But if you're trying to make a 5-man NBA roster, 6-man NBA roster of your favorite players in each position, not the ones that you think are the best, what is you guys' lineup here?
Oh, wow. In the NBA, you said our favorite players. I would say, if I'm looking at my favorite, I'd put Larry at the 3.
Let's go.
He's one of my favorite. I'd put, give me Jason Kidd at the 1. Give me Kyle Korver at the 2. Give me Tim Duncan at the 5. And give me Chris Bosh at the 4.
I'd go Jason Williams at the 1.
Ooh, white chocolate?
Yeah, I'd go Mike Miller at the 2.
The killer.
The 3. I'd go Braun at the 3. I'd go White Mamba at the 4.
Scalabrine?
Yeah, the White Mamba.
Wow.
We're talking about favorite players, right? And I'd go probably Shaq at the 5.
Okay. Okay.
Magic, Michael, Larry, Giannis, Shaq. There you go.
Well, so far, I think Cone.
Good job, Dave.
Good. Congrats, Code. You won the NBA.
Yeah.
Did I miss the? Did I miss the
No. Go ahead, Kyle.
Mine was Stockton, Ginobili, Larry, Duncan, and Hakeem.
Man, Ginobili.
Ginobili was one of my favorites.
I like Manu a lot.
Ginobili started the Euro. All right, a lot of people don't give him credit, but Ginobili started the Euro.
Let's give respect where respect's due there. Kyle, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Appreciate you. Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow. Scott's in Oregon. Scott, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen, and happy Flamin' Dragon Friday to y'all.
Happy Flamin'. We're cruising for the under right now. We're cruising for it.
Quick reminder.
Yeah, let me see the paper.
You just stay focused, Jake. We need.
I know. I got this.
Okay?
We got
Come
this,
on,
Scott.
Scott.
All right. So I got a debate mainly for Flaming Dragon, but y'all chime in too, and then I've got another little comment.
Okay.
Hear it.
Flaming Dragon.
Yes.
We got to debate LeBron. We got to debate the GOAT thing. I'm just going to tell you how I feel, and it's not just LeBron; it's every sport.
Okay.
There is no GOAT. You cannot have a GOAT because if you think about it, in almost every sport, equipment's changed, rules have changed, training has changed, eating habits, all that has everything's changed. So to say you're a GOAT, the greatest of all time in any sport, you're taking away from what people did to get that sport where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my philosophy.
Well,
you can have a greatest of your era or generation, and we can have a talk about that. LeBron still won't win, but we can talk about it. But not the greatest of all time.
I can get behind that to a certain extent, but I feel like changing what's changing. I mean, the players are getting what? The players are getting better. So I feel like if you would drop LeBron right now, I mean, the way he's dominating right now, back then, LeBron would absolutely dominate everybody back in the league. If you do drop Michael into the league right now, Michael wouldn't be doing what Michael did back then. Michael's playing against a bunch of janitors and substitute teachers, right? But
he was Braun,
hold on. But Braun, right now, I get what you're saying from a training standpoint, from a nutrition standpoint, everything's a lot better. But the players are a lot better what they are now than they were back then. I think you compare GOATs is just such a weird thing to do because you can't. If you don't want to compare different eras, that's fine. But would you say players are better now than they were back then?
I will say they're a lot stronger, which might make them better based off, you're stronger, you're training better, you've got better equipment. So you're making your body better, which in turn I think will make you better in the sport. I mean, if you go back to, I don't know, the early 30s and 40s and basketball and baseball and all that, they didn't have that type of equipment to make them stronger. I mean, you think Babe Ruth ever lifted weights? I mean, unless it was a beer, I don't think he lifted any more than that.
True.
But I just, because one, I'm older. I was born in the 60s, grew up in the 70s and 80s, and watched all that stuff. The game has changed so much. I mean, even you go back to the 50s, there was no 3-point shot in basketball. I don't even remember when they started the time clock. So just things have changed so much that it's hard to say, how would have LeBron done in the 50s without the type of equipment to train to make him better? Did they even,
let's come up with a new term.
Film or anything?
Let's come up with a new term. What about gong? Greatest of new generation. Not GOAT, gong. Because to me, I feel like it's asking, just because Steve Jobs invented the iPhone doesn't mean that Thomas Edison's an idiot. Like that's the way I look at it. I can't blame Michael Jordan for playing in that era, just like I can't blame LeBron for not playing in Michael Jordan's era. I think it's comparing apples and oranges in this circumstance. I agree with you. I mean, I think we have to do it generationally. I mean, how you compare somebody without the three-pointer to somebody with the three-pointer. I mean, what's Steph Curry doing in 1960? A lot of layups. But you're not scoring nearly as many points because 3 is worth more than 2, and it changed the way the game's played.
Well, each generation, people are getting bigger, faster, stronger, right? Maybe not writ large, because I know that in this country we deal with a lot of obesity, and you got to factor in mental health and all that. But the greatest athletes are able to get bigger, faster, and stronger, and they will continue to do so. In 10 years from now, they'll be bigger and faster and stronger. The argument that I hate is that Michael Jordan or any sport just 15 years ago or 20 years ago was playing against substitute teachers. Like, that's what I don't like that argument, because the best people at the sport were still trying to play in the league, even when Babe Ruth was playing, like the best people, right? So how far did that athlete stand out among his peers, I think, is the way that you have to judge it, basically.
Well, you're trying to get it as congruent as possible, right? You're trying to get it as even as possible to make a judgment off of it. And it's like immutable characteristics. I'm not going to get mad at you for things you can't control, like, or judge you because of things you can't control, like when you played or the era that you played in. So no, Scott, I think it's a great debate. I think it's a lot of fun to talk about, and there's a lot of logical ways to look at it, in my opinion.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scotty.
He was honoring Flaming Dragon Protocol there.
He was.
This is cool.
That's how you know a real one.
Yeah.
That's how you know a real one.
He's been here before.
Yeah,
for sure. Matthew in Alabama. What's going on, Matthew?
Hey guys, how's it going? So first, just wanted to comment. So I used to be a consistent listener to Colin Cowherd's show until I found you guys, and now I find myself not having the time to listen to Cowherd as much as you guys. So you guys are doing a great job.
Wow. Really appreciate that. And look, we love Colin, and we were with the volume with him, but man, we really appreciate that. And look, we want this, man. We want to be the best. I like hearing that. It's not that I don't like Colin, but I like hearing that.
Yeah. So I have two questions. One for you, for Flamin' Dragon and Jake, and one for David. So for you guys, I started grad school here in Auburn in 2020, so I've kind of become introduced to being an Auburn fan and kind of embraced it. But I need your guys' help to know, with Hugh Freeze and all the excitement in the program now, what needs to happen for when I should get really excited that they are going to be successful? Harsin kind of, he tricked me.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to tell you. You should already get excited. You should already be excited. I can just smell it. When you're born there, like, the first breath I took was Auburn Opelika air. Like, that's like, it just does, my instincts, my spidey senses, just, I can feel it, right? When Auburn's going to do what Auburn does, which is come out of the woodwork like a whale coming out of the water and just, I don't know what noise a whale makes, but like.
That was close. Can we Daily Wire out of context? Can we get that quick?
But it's like, it's coming. It's coming. And I'm going to tell you this. This year, Auburn will beat Georgia or Alabama at home. They will win one of those two games. But I'm telling you, I'm just follow me here. It's time. It's time. What does it say? What does the old boy say? Hey, get the word out. We back up.
Are they both in Jordan hair this year?
Yes.
Wow. What do you say? You pumped already?
Man,
don't bring your negativity
12
in this.
wins?
Don't bring your negativity in this.
12 wins on me is this, all right? If you don't get your hopes up, you'll never be let down. Okay? The thing about Auburn, if it's gonna go wrong, it will go wrong when it comes to Auburn. But hey, I believe in Hugh. I believe in what he's doing. I got a good feeling about it, but I don't like coming out and talking about it, okay? I like keeping it buried.
Well, you probably shouldn't have done a sports show then.
Deep within me until let's go prove it on the field. All right? Until then, until I see it with my eyes,
you just don't want to jinx it.
We'll win 6 games.
Jinxie cat. But hey, man, enjoy it over there. Get a Tumors lemonade for me. Tell him Jake made it out.
You gone, Matthew? All right. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it. Call in again next week. I think that was the last call for today. Or actually, do we have time, Justine?
I think we got time to sneak one more in there.
Okay, David in Tampa, quickly. What do you have for us?
Tampa, Kenny.
Yo, what's up, Crain Company?
What's up?
First of all, I want to say that I had tried to call in several times before, but it turns out that waking up is my greatest enemy. Yeah.
So what's your call sign then?
Yeah.
Sleepyhead.
Sleepy.
Well, actually, I did tell you guys my call sign before through a
Is this David S?
No worries. Yes, it's me, David
What's
S.
up, brother? What's up?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. But my call sign is a smoking gator.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I like that one. The other one's Grizzly. It was something Grizzly, not his, but somebody else's. Go ahead, DS.
Yeah. Okay. So, fellas, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Rays here and just how they've been. look, obviously the schedule, at least in the beginning of the season, certainly wasn't exactly murderer's row. It's not the biggest reason why the Rays got off to such a hot start, but it certainly did help them. But let's take a look at what they've done lately. So they just swept the Pirates, who, I can't believe we're even saying this right now, are one of the best teams in baseball. And you may also recall that the Rays had swept the Red Sox earlier. Well, now the Red Sox have won 6 in a row and are one of the hottest teams right now. So now that sweep against them is looking pretty good right now. And at the end of the day, the Rays are 26-6, and that's already insane enough. But guys, here is a jaw-dropping stat that I just can't get over, no matter how many times I look at it. Through 32 games, the Tampa Bay Rays have a run differential of plus 114.
What?
We have barely entered the month of May. I'm not kidding, Jake. We have barely entered the month of May, and the Rays already have a run differential of over 100.
What's the second? Who's in second?
That would be the Texas Rangers at 69.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
That's almost double.
Like,
I mean, they're
we're
playing
not even talking
great
about,
baseball.
like, video game numbers here. This is just, like...
Well, David, you know why, though? You know why, though? That answers your question. You want to know why? Because of balance, right? We talk about this in every sport. Right. We talk about it in college football. The teams that win in college basketball, what teams advance the most? The teams that are the most balanced. Hell, who wins in gymnastics? Who's the most balanced?
Well, this sweep of the Pirates, I think, was the most impressive thing, because until the sweep of the Pirates, you've won 2 series against the White Sox, you won a series against the Reds, won a series against Boston, won a series against the Athletics, but against the Blue Jays, you lost 2 of 3. Against the Astros, you lost 2 of 3. But now it's just like they're just playing such good baseball, and with 3 in a row over the Pirates, and who they have? They have the Yankees tonight? Is that right, Dragon?
Yep.
Yeah. They have the Yankees, so let's find out against the Yankees.
Yeah,
too.
well, look, 13 games, okay. You may ran against some guys that weren't the best in major leagues. We're 32 games in. Like you talk about the Astros and the Blue Jays, you are correct. Like at this point, if you don't believe in the Rays, it's just because you don't like them. Like in my opinion. But it's going to be interesting to see. Smoking Gator, appreciate you, my friend.
Another Florida team.
Another Florida team.
DeSantis.
Another Florida team. I'm gonna head.
All right, thank you, David.
Yeah, David, thank you, buddy.
Cody, I know you have some trivia for us, man. Let's hit that Monday. TriStar, everyone else in here.
TriStar's calling Monday. Yeah, definitely. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys. All right, our Booster Club bets are brought to you by our partners over at DraftKings. All right, download the app now and sign up with our code BOOSTER. That's BOOSTER, because new customers can make a $5 bet. Oh, I see it, David. I'm with you, baby. A $5 bet and score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's like right now. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with our code BOOSTER. All right? Nobody loves boosters more than me and Elon Musk. Here's what we got tonight. I'm going NBA. I want to thank everybody involved in the Missouri baseball program yesterday. All right, I've already talked about the Leafs. You've already hurt me enough. I'm not going there. Dallas, y'all took care of business, but too bad Toronto couldn't. Wow, Texas and Florida running the show in hockey. Who'd have thought? Don't make us want to get good at something. We'll take it over in a second. But you're down 9-2 in the 6th. You could have mailed it in. You're 5-16. Nobody cares. There's 9 people at the ballpark. But what do? You come storming back. Storming back. Win 11-9. Kept me from going 0-2 last night. Giants. Thank you, God. Here's what I got tonight. Nuggets, Sixers, money line. I don't believe in the Suns. No, I love the sun because once that thing burns out, we're all going to die. But past that, Chris Paul's not playing, which may be better, and y'all, are softer than Charmin Ultra, and less is more. So that's plus 414 with the Nuggets and the Sixers money line. And then, how do I not pick the Canes? Money line again. Look, you show me who you are, I'm going to believe you. All right, so I'm going Canes money line at a steady minus 115. D-Sizzle.
I would like to apologize. Earlier I said some things. There was a professional hockey team in Toronto, and I said some mean things. It's not your fault. It's my fault for believing in you. And trust me, it won't happen again. I can promise you that. Tonight, though, Celtics plus 5.5, parlayed with Nuggets plus 6.5. That's going off at plus 107.
Go, baby, go.
Figure it out. Then Braves, Orioles, I'm hopping on it.
The train?
I'm hopping on it. All right,
on, baby.
Braves, Orioles, Nerfies, no runs in the first inning. I think Fried's on the mound tonight, Jay. That's minus 110. Let's go.
Who's on the mound for the Orioles?
Is it Bradish?
Not his name. I don't think it's Bradish.
The Orioles are playing baseball, right?
Yeah, I got Adley Rutschman. He went 0 for go for yesterday, but he's been taking
I thought he
care
hit a
of
tank
business.
yesterday.
Huh? He went 0 for 5 yesterday. But they scored 11 runs. I think.
It was between them and I think the Royals. It was like,
hey, you're hot. Yeah, you need to go and start writing your
Nah,
speech.
man, I'm not hot at all. Rockies, Brewers. Rockies, why am I surprised? You give up a 2-run tank in the first inning. That's fine. But, hey, did hit the Mariners bet yesterday, so I'm sticking with the Nerfy, 62 on the month. Give me Nats, D-backs, Nerfy minus 104. It's really iffy. And then give me a little parlay Nerfy action. I'm going Dodgers, Padres, Darvish on the mound, Clayton on the mound. Then give me Mariners, Houston. That's parlayed together. Both Nerfies. That's going off at plus 213.
Dean Kramer on the mound for the Orioles.
Ooh. Oh, steamy, huh?
Oh, steamy.
Yeah, he's 2-1. So let's figure it out in the
his name's
top of the first, bottom of the first.
Steve, I think you said.
Dean.
Steamy Dean Kramer.
Sounds like a good breakfast.
That is. Steamy Dean.
Sounds like a breakfast.
Well, hell, Denny's could be good. Steamy Dean's should be great. Ace Coneth going with the Canes money line. We're bet buds there. Then he's also bet cousins because Blaine. Okay.
It's all right.
You're fine. It's 4 minutes left in the show.
Right here.
4 minutes left in the show. You got
Ace Coneth is going to take the Dodgers and Padres Nerfy at minus 140. Come on, let's finish it, David. Let's finish it. Booster Club, what are they saying? What are they screaming
Look,
about?
if you donated earlier and it disappeared in the chat, unless we get to it, I can't do anything. But Monday, I will make it my mission to go through the messages after the show and make sure your chat gets read on Monday morning. So do not feel like you're being left
he's going to
out
forget within
because
10 minutes.
I will not leave you out.
Traps us. Yeah.
All right, Maximum Ball, $10 donation. Appreciate it. Good morning, Crain and Company. Good morning to you, sir. I'm going through football withdrawals. Who isn't? What do y'all think will be the loudest, most rambunctious game ruckus game, I like saying rambunctious game this season? Whatever Death Valley game there is that matters.
Hey, off the top, the LSU FSU is going to be a great.
Is that at LSU?
Also, the spreads came out. I think it was LSU minus 1.5. I think it had LSU in 3 of them that I saw yesterday. Death Valley, just from a loud standpoint, is about as loud as it gets. But again, Auburn does play Georgia and Alabama at home this year, and Jordan Hare is an absolute explosion of noise.
Whatever 7 o'clock games happen at Death Valley, I pray for whoever is playing them.
Also, I'm interested in how Oklahoma and Oklahoma State play each other down the stretch here because Oklahoma's leaving the Big 12. Oklahoma State's not happy with that rivalry ending. There's going to be some interesting little rivalry.
There's going to be some good old-fashioned hate.
Let's go to Bry Ganter, $5 donation. What does the future of Boise State football and basketball look like?
Boise State was pretty decent in basketball this past year. I'm trying to remember I believe they made the playing game. They made the playing game for the NCAA tournament. With football, Boise's always going to be relevant in football. The biggest question is what conference. How's this going to go from a conference realignment standpoint? Yep. But Boise has cachet. He does have cachet. They do have cachet out there. We know about the blue turf. I think they're going to be fine. I'm not worried about Boise State athletics. But let's get to the poll.
I'm going to get the rest of these donations.
All right, go ahead.
Feeling dangerous, 113, $5 donation. What horse you guys got this weekend?
I need to look more into it and also ask my fiance.
Yeah.
So just check social media. I'll give you one.
This is where Darby Lou really steps up.
Yeah, this is where I expect her
to go. Angel of Empires.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Cole Frink, Jake, who is the man of the people? $2 donation.
I am.
All right, Rolly Season, $2 donation. David, who's sitting to the right of Jake?
No.
I'm so locked in right now.
Yeah, you tried to get me. I tell you, the collusion.
Wow. I love y'all so much.
And this man wants to talk about collusion.
I'm just reading donations.
Russia.
I'm just reading donations. I'm just doing my job here.
Hey, right here.
All right. Poll. Did Blaine steal Brett's jacket?
Yes. 79%.
Hold on. Yes, no, or grow up, Peter Pan.
Ooh, the grow up Peter Pan is.
All right, I'm going to change mine a little bit. I'm still going to say yes, but now it's 71%.
Yes. A lot of people probably put that Peter Pan, though. Yes, 50%.
What'd you say?
I said yes, 71%.
Okay. No, 10%.
Okay.
Grow up, Peter Pan, 32%. Yes, 57%.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good day together.
Hey, guess what? Underhit. Play that graphic.
Play that graphic.
Yes. Give me some. Welcome to the show.
Woo.
How you like that?
Great job, guys. I looked at my beautiful fiance when I got out of the bed this morning at 4:15. She woke up, turned around and looked at me and said, "The under needs to hit." and I will not look her in the eyes, and Millie and Mia and Mowgli and Molly in the eyes, and not let the under hit.
You say what, brother? What brother?
Yeah, who?
I don't even know you.
Who? Great stuff. Tim Brando, always fantastic. Calls were fantastic. Crash. I hope the nines keep coming because it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. We got some big time interviews coming up. Riley Gaines, there's a ton coming down the pipe. Big Saturday special tomorrow, and the kid's getting married.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
You already know what time it is. Kissed a girl and I liked it. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Great weekend.
Yep, have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Check out all our sponsors, Raycon, Fitbod, Good Ranchers, everybody. It was a fantastic show. DraftKings as well. Use that code BOOSTER. And like Mike Budenholzer in Milwaukee, we're going. Gone.